Martial art has a very, very deep meaning. Ultimately, martial art means honestly expressing yourself. Now, it is very difficult to do. To express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself. Here it is the natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. It is a successful combination of both. The word superstar really turned me off, and I'll tell you why. Because the word star, man, is an illusion. It's something what the public calls you. You know what I want to think of myself? As a human being. Because under the sky, under the heaven, man, there is but one family. It just so happened, man, that people are different.
Bruce Lee was born on November 27, 1940. From a young age, it was evident that he possessed a passion for the martial arts. Bruce began training diligently in various martial arts styles, including Wing Chun boxing and fencing. At the age of 18, he developed his unique philosophy and approach to combat, blending different styles to create his own system known as Jeet Kune Do, which emphasized efficiency, adaptability, and personal expression. He believed that one should strive to be like water.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Well, Kung Fu, the best example would be a glass of water. Why? Because water is the softest substance in the world, but yet it can penetrate the hardest rock or anything, granite, you name it. Water also is insubstantial. By that I mean you cannot grasp hold of it. You cannot punch it and hurt it. To be soft like water and flexible and adapt itself to the opponent. Ultimately, martial art means honestly expressing yourself. Now, it is very difficult to do. I mean, it is easy for me to put on a show and be cocky and be flooded with a cocky feeling and then feel like pretty cool and all that. Or I can make all kinds of phony things, you see what I mean? Blinded by it. Or I can show you some really fancy movement. But to express oneself honestly, not lying to oneself, and to express myself honestly, now that, my friend, is very hard to do. It might sound too philosophical, but it's unacting acting or acting unacting.
You've lost me.
I have, right? So what I'm saying, actually, you see, I mean, it's a combination of both. I mean, here it is the natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. Not, if you have one to the extreme, you will be very unscientific. If you have another to the extreme, you become all of a sudden a mechanical man, no longer a human being. So it is a successful combination of both. So therefore, it is not only, therefore it's not pure naturalness or unnaturalness. The ideal is unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness.
Yin yang, eh?
Right, man, that's it.
Even though Bruce was known for his martial arts expertise, he was against violence.
I hope that the picture I am in would either explain why the violence was done, whether right or wrong or whatnot. But unfortunately, pictures, most of them here, are done mainly just for the sake of violence.
What are your thoughts when facing an opponent?
There is no opponent.
And why is that?
Because the word I does not exist.
You want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose. To accept defeat, to learn to die is to be liberated from it. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying.
In 1971, he caught the attention of Hollywood with his incredible talent. He starred in his first major motion picture, The Big Boss, followed by The Way of the Dragon and Fist of Fury. His groundbreaking film career solidified Bruce Lee's place in cinematic history. Although his philosophy went beyond just physical combat, through his art, he sought to transcend cultural and ethnic boundaries, to bridge the gap between East and West, and unite humanity.
You still think of yourself Chinese, or do you ever think of yourself as North American?
You know what I want to think of myself? As a human being. Because, I don't want to sound like, as Confucius say, but under the sky, under the heaven, man, there is but one family. It just so happened, man, that people are different.
I think you'd probably agree, Bruce, that the thing that's limited the appeal of Chinese films to Western audiences is that it's very unusual to find a Chinese actor who can act. And when I say that, I mean act in a Western style, in a manner that would make non-Chinese pay money to see them. You seem to have crossed that barrier. How do you think you've achieved it? Do you think it has to do with your time in the United States?
Oh,
You
yes.
studied there, didn't you?
Yes, it definitely had, because when I first arrived there, I did the Green Hornet, television series back in '65. And as I look around, man, I saw a lot of human beings. And as I look at myself, I was the only robot there. Because I was not being myself, and I'm trying to accumulate external security, external technique, the way to move my arm, the way, but never to ask and say what Bruce Lee would have done if, the word if, such a thing happened to me. When I look around, I always learn something, that is to be always yourself and to express yourself, to have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate him. When I do the Chinese film, I'll try my best not to be as American as I, have been adjusted to for the last 12 years in the States. But when I go back to the States, it seems to be the other way around. You know
You're
what
too
I mean?
exotic, eh?
Yeah, man. They're trying to get me to do too many things that are really for the sake of being exotic.
His approach to life was an embodiment of the inseparable connection between philosophy and everyday existence. He diligently documented his profound philosophical musings, workout routines, poetry, and self-affirmations in a tiny pocketbook that he always kept with him.
He took track of his workouts every day. How many punches he did with his right and left
600
hand.
right, 600 left.
This is all his penmanship, all his thoughts on martial arts.
Bruce Lee's personal philosophy evolved throughout his life.
All type of knowledge ultimately means self-knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, they're coming in and ask me to teach them not so much of how to defend themselves or how to do somebody in. Rather, they want to learn to express themselves through some movement, be it anger, be it determination, or whatsoever. So in other words, what I'm saying, therefore, is that he is paying me to show him in combative form the art of expressing the human body. But if you do not have styles, if you just say, well, here I am, as a human being, how can I express myself? Totally and completely. Now, that way, you won't create a style, because style is a crystallization, that way, it's a process of continuing growth.
Beyond his passion for martial arts, he wrote poetry to articulate his emotions of introspection, affection, and harmony with the natural world. A quote that stood out to me from his poem, The Silent Flute, is, "Now I see that I will never find the light, unless like the candle, I am my own fuel, consuming myself." On July 20th, 1973, at the age of 32, Bruce Lee suddenly passed away. Bruce's impact extended far beyond his own time. His teachings continue to inspire generations of martial artists and individuals seeking personal growth. Rest in peace to the most influential martial artist of all time, Bruce Lee.
Rock music is, to a degree, for the people that don't necessarily have a voice or aren't necessarily accepted. It could be, this is how I want to identify with myself and my own feelings. It's a different thing. That's not about mass production or mass appeal.
Most people who really do music because they love it, they don't really do it for other people. They do it for themselves. There's always going to be people that are inspired by music that I make if I'm inspired to do it.
They're kind of reacting to you, and you're reacting to them.
Evoking images or feelings in them and allowing them to kind of feel something in their story.
That sort of emotional reaction, it sort of takes off on its own.
Chris Cornell is one of rock music's most iconic voices. From his early days in Soundgarden to the supergroup Temple of the Dog, his explosive tenure with Audioslave, and his equally remarkable solo career, Cornell left an indelible mark on the music world. With his powerful vocals and soulful lyrics, he helped define the grunge movement of the 90s. Throughout his career, he achieved remarkable milestones, including countless chop-charting hits, numerous Grammy Awards, and a spot on Rolling Stone's list of the greatest singers of all time. While many can attribute his success just to his charisma as a performer, diving deeper into Chris's life, you can find that there's an intellect that is often overlooked. His views on religion are not only thought-provoking, but they add an entirely new dimension to Chris's persona.
There's religion, or at least religious associations in a lot of your music, and I'm curious to know, having that been your past, where are you at now with regard to religion?
I don't follow any particular one. I don't think there really is any particular thought or book or ideal to me that completely resonates with me. I think that there are a lot of really cool ideas and a lot of different kinds of religions. And then there's a lot of it that I don't agree with, and there's a lot of superstition. And, ultimately, I think I'm just sort of a free thinker, and I'm kind of open. I feel like we sort of focus on right ways and wrong ways too much. And I think it's, in a sense, sort of scary to just be born and live life. And I understand the idea of kind of grasping onto a particular thought of wanting to kind of feel like you somehow have a handle on the unknown. But you know what? The unknown is the unknown.
Yeah.
And also at this point in time and looking from this point back, so many bad things as well as good things have happened based on people just sort of blindly following religion, that I kind of feel like I want to stay away from any type of specific denomination or any religion, period, if for no other reason than just that. I don't want to be involved with anything or condone any school of thought that at some point and in some way causes the death of innocent people or tragedies that just are where an initial fantastic idea is distorted. Like the life, for example, of Jesus is well documented. It's corroborated by different people who had different backgrounds and different levels of education, and they wrote about it. We know this guy existed, and we know pretty much what he said, and it was pretty simple. Everything from that point on, in terms of wars and fighting over land and territory and religious things, none of that was ever included in anything he said. His message was pretty simple. It was like, be really nice to each other and everything will be okay.
Chris notes the historical accuracy of at least some sort of Jesus figure. As he indicated, though, his views on religion are complex. Let's zoom in on his views on Christianity, specifically the institution of the Catholic Church.
As far as Catholicism, I reject it. Not entirely. I think there's some little things they do here and there that are cool, but I also think that they take a lot of money from people that don't have it, and they put their people up in nice places. The book Lust for Life, which is about Vincent van Gogh, he became a missionary for a while, and he worked with these people that were coal miners, and these people were going down into mines and dying daily, and people were starving to death, and so he started living with them and working with them, and the church came to him and said, no, you can't do that. It's not dignified for a priest. You have to sit in there, and when we bring you food, you eat big meals, you get fat, you sleep on a nice bed, and you don't get dirty, and you don't, you can help them out by going and saying, God will save you, see you, I'm going to go have a snack. And that's kind of the way that they think. And I don't like that.
The example he uses from the book Lust for Life to reinforce his views on Catholicism is quite straightforward. Veering in a more abstract direction, he blurs the lines between imagination and the waking world with his captivating thoughts on the realms of dreams and reality.
Do you think dreams and reality are in the same dimension?
I've put a lot of thought into that because I have weird dreams, sometimes extremely vivid dreams. Sometimes I'm not really sure of which is what. I couldn't really define the multi-dimensions. All I can say is, like, you know, if you're in a dream and you're having that experience, it's as real as when you're not. It's like someone trying to describe that life as it is now, as we're sitting here talking, is an illusion. And yet if I took an ice pick and stuck it through your hand, it'd be a pretty goddamn believable illusion. So let's just assume it's not an illusion, because there's a lot of reality happening, you know. Whether it's a moment and there's another picture, and that's probably, I guess, the closest thing to what I believe, is that our experience here is just sort of intrinsically here in the earthly, and whatever else is going on, nobody knows, and probably has very little resemblance or really any very little relationship to what is going on here. For example, if we were both dead and spirits or balls of light hovering in the room, we wouldn't need to communicate with words. We wouldn't have to have any of the knowledge that you need to function in a conscious state in the world. We wouldn't need to know about electricity. We wouldn't need to know how to open or close a door, start a car, how to drive, how to follow directions to get where we're going. The more you think about it, with the exception of actual mysticism or religion, everything that occupies our thoughts is earthly. And if we're not in an earthly place, then suddenly the whole earthly kind of experience becomes this very specific thing that death probably wouldn't need to include any of.
His views on dreams and actuality remind me of this quote from Like a Stone by Audioslave. "For all that I've blessed and all that I've wronged, in dreams until my death I will wander on." Chris wrote music for over 3 decades, and it is clear that his ideological outlooks have influenced his lyrics. It must be assuring for him to know that his work has had immense impact on fans' lives.
Nothing has ever replaced that feeling that I've gotten from being able to write and record a song. And it might sound sort of corny saying it, but to be able to write a song and also to be able to share it with people and have someone from some other part of the world, now it can be on the internet, saying, like, this song changed my life. Or I have people who have become friends who went through horrible family tragedies and listened to songs that I wrote that somehow helped them get through it. I don't know how, but somehow. That is like a gift that is so beyond anything. Like if someone wanted to just gift me the Taj Mahal, this is going to be yours now, that wouldn't mean as much to me as what it feels like to write and create music and be able to share it. It's the one thing that no one can really take away, I suppose, from me. Like, I don't have to go through anybody else, and the only way anyone can get that is like from me.
Unlike other successful artists, Chris wrote and performed music for the sheer sake of the process, embracing the moment rather than trying to get somewhere.
You know, from day to day, week to week, month to month, I feel like I'm living a life that is sort of changing, and I'm not really worried about the trajectory of it. I just want to be living it. If I feel inspired to do something musically in the moment, then I'm going to want to go do it, and I am going to go do it. And I'm also going to go do it knowing there's another thing past that. It's kind of sad for me, but I've noticed that throughout the years, being lucky enough to be successful in music, I've seen and met and known a lot of other musicians and people in bands who were lucky as well to be successful in music. And noticed there being kind of a finish line mentality, like there would be with any other type of a business. Like, well, we just point of success where I don't have to worry about, I own my home, I have enough money in the bank I can live off of the rest of my life. I'm finished. I'm done now. And if I get bored in 5 years, I can make a record, that kind of thing. For me, none of that has ever really kind of made sense to me. To me, making music, writing songs, recording albums, touring, playing. That is life. That's not something that I do in life when I get a chance to do it. That and my family all intertwined is what living is.
And he used his life to spread his music across the planet. Driven to expand the boundaries of his world, he was sure to play shows in every corner of the earth.
Will we ever get a chance to see Chris Cornell in a place like Pakistan?
I sure hope so. I have conversations all the time about making my world, and this is my quote, making my world bigger. It ends up being like a matter of corporate affiliations and things like that. Like, how can I afford to take my band, all my equipment and everything that I need to go perform, and take it to all the places in the world that I want to take it? Because that costs money. And it's not even about making money, it's about just being able to afford to do it and finding the right opportunities and putting all that together in a way that makes sense where it's actually possible, and that's all it is. I think playing Cuba really sort of changed my life in that I realized that I'm playing in front of all of these people who have never really been able to see an outdoor rock event ever. It was sort of billed as the first American rock band to play Cuba, but realistically, we were one of the only ones to ever play. In spite of the fact that the Rolling Stones, for example, without any political problems, could walk in and play a show there anytime they want. It costs you money, you have to pay for it, but a successful group that can afford it should be able to do it if they're not American. And even we proved that Americans can do it if you really, have enough people behind you helping you. But there is an audience that can't see every rock band they want. They can't even go buy the CD if they want. And that sort of, it moved me and made me realize that I want to be able to play for everybody that I can in the world that is going to be a fan of the music that I do, and make my world as big as it can possibly make it.
And that's exactly what he did until his death in 2017. Rest in peace, Chris. Your passion and legacy continues to live throughout the timeless power of your music.
Sometimes I just feel I'm actually on the wrong planet,
Fame is not the goal, money, it's not the answer. And the answer, is how to get peace of mind and how to be happy.
And I feel great when I'm in my garden, but the moment I go out the gate, I think, what the hell am I doing here?
I believe, as most Buddhists and Hindus believe, that it's us coming back, really the past, the present and the future is just one big cycle.
And this cycle, the infinite continuum of time and space itself, encapsulating all we are from conception to dust, from infancy to seniority, is what creates the essence of our being. However, while most people would associate our being with our physical bodies, this is not the case for legendary George Harrison. George explains that we are actually metaphysical spirits encased in bodies.
It's all down to the individual, what you can manifest within yourself as to the value of anything. Really, the whole of life should be a spiritual experience because we are spirits who are just encased in bodies. People forget that and think they're just this body, but we're actually spirits in bodies.
One may even look at our spirits as our truest, freest self, trapped within a physical form. And when our spirit is freed from our body, George states that we eventually make our way into another, being the same core in a different physicality. This is commonly referred to as reincarnation. Here he explains how reincarnation is a direct result of karma.
What we are now is really the effect of whatever we've been in the past. And, I do, through this Hinduism, believe in reincarnation and all that. So what I believe, basically, simply, is we all live from birth to death. We all create a lot of action, which is action-reaction they call karma. And it's like that. It's like credit and debit. It's just like an account that at death, death is actually your physical body packs in. That we keep going, and at some period later we take another body and we try again, because all those scriptures tell us anyway that there's never a time when we weren't and there won't ever be a time when we're not. It does get heavy philosophical, but that's what the Lord teaches in every scripture, that the physical body is the thing which goes through the changes and which is impermanent. Everyone that's alive is in some way born into a position or a situation or a country or a time which is the direct result of the previous actions, the reactions. That whole thing of action, reaction, life and death are the same. Somebody said, what's the cause of death is birth. Everybody's worrying about dying, but in order not to die, you just don't have to get born, because the moment you're born, you're automatically going to die, because birth and death go hand in hand. So does action, reaction, karma, and rebirth. So I just believe this is getting pretty far out to say how come the Beatles did that. I don't know. All I can put it down to is that whatever it was, the chemistry of 4 people being born in that period, based upon whatever we'd been in our past, in that place, that time, with everybody else, it's relative. I believe, it's like you meet people in your life. I think a lot of your friends are people who were your friends in other lives. And I think people who, if you hate somebody, I'm sure you're going to keep coming through life after life hating. It'll be the same people. It's only the same as, how Tchaikovsky can play the piano and how this kid is smart at doing that. It's all down to karma somehow.
Many of these beliefs stem from George's knowledge of Hinduism. He takes the Hindu point of view that there is a truth that underlies all religions. In fact, George's views on religion can be accurately summed up in this statement: one of our perennial problems, whether or not there is actually a God. From the Hindu point of view, each soul is divine. All religions are branches of one big tree. It doesn't matter what you call him, just as long as you call.
Do you consider yourself a Hindu? Do you label yourself as a...
On a simple level of talking about religions and Buddhists and this and that and the other, one of the things that Hinduism teaches is that there's a truth which underlies all religions. So, I'm a Hindu, actually, at heart. I'm a Hindu, but all that means is that I can relate more to the teachings in the Gita than I can in the Bible. But that's no put down on the Bible. It's just that from a Christian point of view, they always taught us how it was painful and, how you have, the crucifixion and the whole thing, whereas from the Hindu point of view, it's all playful. Krishna as the name of the Lord. It's playful, it's to enjoy, it's to try and enjoy the moments. But that is not to say that you have disregard for the past or the future, but to actually be conscious of being there now, to be pleased to be playing the part that you're playing, because that's all we're doing. I'm playing the part of ex-Beatle George, you're playing the part of, Dave interviewing me, and they're all playing the, you know what I mean? But to enjoy it as opposed to see it as a, dead end.
This ideology of life being synonymous with play is a way we can detach from our ego. The spirited nature of play detracts from the grave and self-conscious ego. This shift in being ultimately brings us closer to bliss consciousness and that thing we call Krishna or God.
You think about I am this, I do that, I do this, me, mine. That's why I've just tried to get beyond the I or the me or the mine, which is really selfish and ego, and is not our real self. Our real self is really just pure spirit, full of knowledge and everything, but we just have hidden it from ourselves by our association with material energy, right?
Perhaps if we weren't so caught up with this association of material energy, we wouldn't have the same divisions within society. For example, if we didn't care not for what we have, but instead for who we are, there would be no gap between the rich and the poor. George suggests that those who have power or wealth should do their part to address these inequalities.
There's enough on this planet for everybody. There's not just enough, there's abundance. It's just that it happens to all be held up by greedy people, and they have like Buckminster Fuller who could tell them where to ship the stuff. One place you got too much of something, some other place they haven't got anything. You know, it's a matter of coordination between world powers in order to make it. Because, I mean, I'm certainly doing my best to try and give a little bit here and there wherever I can. So, I mean, the point is, if everybody did give a little, there wouldn't be no starvation and no poverty or sickness. I tell you one thing, there's sickness going on, and there's some good people doing work in hospitals, but they got no bread to do it on. Not only are they working in a miserable condition with sick people, but they're scraping the barrel for funds to keep going.
By looking at his spiritual viewpoints and ethical considerations, I think it's safe to say we can summarize much of George's teachings with the common denominator of a deep understanding of love.
That's it, really. It's all love. Whichever way you look at it, it's all love. How much you can get from each other, and that's determined by how much you're giving to each other. But it all starts within ourselves, and then it spreads to those around us, good and bad. But basically that's it. I think it's the love that we can generate is equal to the love that we get back. Amen.
The best thing in the world is ideas. None of us do anything without an idea. Even if it's you look in the cupboard and there's no coffee, you get an idea to go to the store and get some coffee. So there's ideas for everything, and I love to try to catch ideas and catch an idea that I fall in love with. And then I know exactly what to do. Stay true to that idea, translate it to one medium or another.
You know, just realize the ideas that you fall in love with. And there's all these Vedic expressions, like man has control of action alone, never the fruit of the action. So I take that as meaning you do what you believe in, you're translating those ideas, and when they're finished, you say, okay, it's done, and you don't know how it will go in the world. It's just the fantastic thrill of making them and getting them to feel correct based on the idea. And it's just a fantastic thing.
Many of the ideas that come are conjured by our world. And we all know that there's many mysteries, and I always say that human beings are like detectives. We want to know what's going on and what the truth of the thing is. And we see our world and we feel it, and we feel there's things going on, and then sometimes these ideas come and they string themselves together. The filmmaker has to understand the thing for himself or herself, but when things get abstract or a little bit abstract, there's room for many interpretations, and each person should be able to make up his or her mind to feel what the things mean.
David Lynch was a true cinematic pioneer. From the horrors of Eraserhead to the dark mysteries of Blue Velvet and Mulholland Drive, and the mind-bending psychological terror of Twin Peaks, Lynch's influence is unmatched. With a career spanning 58 years, he's earned multiple Academy Award nominations for Best Director, won the prestigious Golden Lion for Lifetime Achievement in 2006, and an honorary Academy Award in 2019, among many other accolades. Known for his surrealist, dreamlike storytelling, Lynch's genius lies not just in his films, but in the profound intellect behind their creation, a visionary approach we can all draw inspiration from.
Life is filled with abstractions, and the way we make heads or tails of it is through intuition. And so people get used to a film that pretty much explains itself 100%, And they kind of turn off that, beautiful thing of intuition when they're looking at a film that has some abstractions. And some people, on the other hand, love these abstractions, and it gives them room to dream. An abstraction, to me, is a thing that cinema can say. And it's so beautiful, for me anyway, to think about these pictures and sounds flowing along together in time, in a sequence, making a thing that can only really be said in cinema. It's not words, it's not just music, it's a whole bunch of things coming together and making a thing that didn't exist before. And that's what I really love about it. It's up to the people then, to, find their own, interpretation. It doesn't really matter what I think. Every screening, no matter what, even all the frames of the film are exactly the same, but there's no two screenings that are exactly the same. It's the viewer and the picture and sound, and it makes a circle, and it just goes like that. And so you just feel it and think it. That's kind of intuition, emotion, and thinking together, and come up, make it have a sense to you.
And people have a right to analyze the thing and say what it is for them, and to criticize it one way or another. It's beautiful. But I really believe the film should stand on its own, and there should be nothing added, nothing subtracted, and you work a long time to make it just so. And it's a very precious thing, every film.
Do you think art should be without borders, without pigeonholes?
Yes. There's a thing called freedom, and it's very, very important. Free to think anything and do anything. Every human being has a line they won't cross, but it's a different place for each of us. But you need to have freedom to do your work. Any restrictions is a sadness, and it can kill creativity.
That you've managed to avoid the compromise that people consider to be necessary.
Compromise is the worst thing. It's a bad, bad word. They say in the government, we should compromise. That means the good isn't as good as it was, and the bad is not as bad. So I think in a perfect world, in a world at peace, there wouldn't be any compromise. You can't work without, freedom. And freedom doesn't mean that you don't listen to some suggestions, but you don't have to take the suggestion. You can listen, and I say never turn down a good idea, but never take a bad idea. There's frustration along the way if it's not the idea and it's not right, or things aren't, the money in there, or this is happening. But there's another expression, keep your eye on the donut and not on the hole. So just keep concentrating on, from the television screen in your mind, or the big screen in your mind, or whatever it is, get those things, every detail of that as good as you can get in front of you to get on the film or in the painting or whatever. I always say every medium talks to you, and a lot of the mediums, even cinema, is a little bit action and reaction. For instance, in a rehearsal, you watch a rehearsal and then you react to that. And if it's not exactly right based on the idea, you go talk to the actors. And you talk to them with words so that they understand a certain thing, and then you rehearse again. And little by little, it gets closer and closer. And then I always say some light bulb goes off in their mind, and they catch this thing. Now they're going down the same road you're on based on the idea. And many mediums, the thing you're making some experiments. You start seeing what the medium does and how it reacts to this or this or this. It's almost a dialogue with the medium, and then you find your way with that particular medium. And it's
and then from then on, it's ideas flowing in that particular medium's talk, and away you go.
What for you is the most enjoyable part of the process? Is it the preparation, working on the script? Is it the actual shooting, working with the actors? Or is it the post-production?
Every aspect is enjoyable, and every aspect is critical. So it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful world making a film, and the crew and the cast, you become like a family. It's very, very beautiful. And as I say, every element is so important, is critical to the whole. So you work until each thing feels correct, and then you have a chance of the whole working.
On January 16th, 2025, the world lost David Lynch. Though he may no longer be with us, his boundless passion and unparalleled imagination will continue to resonate for generations to come. Thank you, David Lynch.